and welcome back to another episode of Lord Dredmor in our shiny new pocket dimension. Yeah, our life just got a whole lot easier. Also, if we wouldn't explore that last area here, we wouldn't have ever found our pocket dimension. And, or, I don't know if they actually spawned in the other one. I always found them on level 1. It's actually what I was looking for. So, even though we're gonna explore everything, always. So now, like I said, we're gonna come back for these anvils of Krong, take note that they're there. But there's no point in enchanting any of our items because we don't know if we're going to be keeping any of them yet, to be frank. So we not even found any boots? Oh, we found some sandals, but I'm pretty sure I sold them to Brax. Anyway, I think we've been selling a little bit too much stuff to Brax. Oh, I was going to show this as well. Ours is a nailboard TM. This is a nailboard TM Mark II prototype. See that it has 2 nails in it? Yeah, it's pretty good. You take a nailboard by hitting and put steel in the nail, and you put more steel to get the next one. Now we have a mummy. There's a popular misconception that the creation of the mummy requires days of backbreaking labor and preservation. A talented necromancer can knock up one of these fresh corpses and plunge in a large body of toilet paper. It is peaceful and not attacking you at the moment. However, we are not peaceful. Toady! I'm sorry, but your love interest is in another dungeon. This monster's not noticed us yet. So we will try to sneak up on it and shoot it with our rocket fist. I think we've blown it through the wall or something, or blown it through the door. Yeah, see, there it is. Rocket fist, powerful ability. We're actually gonna get a rocket jump here. Depending. Yeah, because we don't have any chalk yet, so we can't make any steel. I didn't notice it, but on the map, the chest will actually change when it can be opened. So when it pops up block, so several things are popping up above my head, counterattack, block, things. That really what it says is what we achieved. So if it says nothing, we just got hit and it says so much damage. If it says something, then, well, that happened. See, we blocked, and we blocked all the damage but one. We hit, he hit us, and we will get over this cloud. So half the damage we will take resistance damage club. The dire sandwich is actually a really useful item, and we're going to put it on our hotbar now. She's wrong. Yeah. So the dire sandwich I like because you can find it on the ground, and it is a pretty good. As you see, you can very easily see. It's how many layers is that? Several. This sandwich is of a great stature. It has unmannered better heal than you. Dare you feed upon its glory? So it's just a good item to find. It's not as good as our grilled cheese, even by half. But hey, we found it on the ground. We had to craft the grilled cheese. So sometimes it will like do momentary lag as it loads up a monster zoo. So actually that's what I thought we had discovered. Also, we're gonna armor up. Gives him a free attack on us, but Sammy had never let a small matter of death get in the way of having a good time on polygons. And can't do anything with coffins or anything, but always keep an eye out for traps. Free experience. Now we are getting pretty crappy at disarming traps. You see that? Poorly cloned hero. A clone. It's not very good as evidence. It's all goopy and the eyebrows are too small. This monster is trying to kill you. So yes, the evil Lord Dredmor has even cloned us to try to kill us. So yeah, softball's a pretty shitty weapon. So you can buy 3 to make a better weapon. However, it's still one use. A throwing skill, like you've kind of already seen a little bit, really not very good because you lose all your weapons, and as we've seen by selling like $1,600 bolts, it's not really worth it. All our attacks are free. I think bolts do drop once in a while. So like you're not going to lose your bolts in the first shot, but they don't last forever either, so you gotta kind of pick your battles. The ones that explode though, Some of the ones we had were explosive bolts. You don't get those back no matter what. And our friendly Brack. See, this is what I was talking about the small areas. I was actually thinking, I think we're selling items that are too cheap. Like, items like 50 would probably be the cutoff, but yeah, like 23. We should be lutifisking items like that. So, I thought I'd point that out. Because our gain, exponential gain, the item you get from like the Lutefisk God is probably going to be as good or better than this weapon. And this, if we do a quick math, if we're selling any item, say 25 and higher, so 14903 divided by 25, that's 596 items. I'd have to look it up how many items we need to Lutefisk, but it's around there as well. So around 25 is the best shot. So odds on. So that's why we're here. The reason we did it not because we need to, it's just so we don't have to check what those items are worth. Always keep plastic ore though. So yeah, none of these items we're interested in, so we will continue on our quest. Lockpicked. Another Lutefisk statue. I don't know if they're guaranteed to be on a level, but generally there's one on each level. However, you don't ever have to always have to find it, because you can just go up to the other level, because you know that there was one up there. Also, we should check that vending machine over there, but we'll probably walk by it again. Icicle wand. Ooh, big group of Diggles. Oops, I meant to shoot my fist out. Okay, now the Diggles are fleeing in terror. Ooh, fabulously striped pants. Got stripes, everybody loves stripes. So we found some more mystical graffiti, which we will write down on our piece of paper. Mangarp. There you go. So KANLIOONUZMAGARP. Remember, write them down properly. You don't want to go to a dimension which you don't. Well, you pretty much don't want to go to the wrong dimension because you will die or get really badly injured. Boom! Kicked it open. Why use one staff when you can haphazardly use two at the same time? Because it's really awkward. So, also, if you can configure the game to be different, like you can auto loot items, and there's a configure auto loot. I have mine just to pick up absolutely everything. But if you wanted to walk over items and not pick them up, you can configure it there. Disable click to move. I have click to move disabled because I don't like it. Switch click mode. There's several things you can do as well. I generally just like to move with the keyboard and then have the mouse to pick up stuff or interact with stuff. See, I do a lot of interacting with the mouse on my 5 boomerangs for 90. Terror. So the thing is, if we're selling items 25 or more, we should be buying items which cost 10 or less. But yeah, look at the Thorx, you get 2 bullets for 57. You're really hurting your wallet. Because yeah, you can buy them, but you're not really getting ahead if you're always buying weapons. Or always buying ammunition rather. Oops. I got distracted by that delicious smoked apple with cheese. Empty room. Glassy bottle. Samyad. So yeah, you can clear rooms in any fashion you like. Whether it's go around. I usually like to go like clear out all the side rooms first. So. Oh, we countered him and killed him. So if we look, our thing is partly down, so we'll go. The other reason we don't ever have to eat or do anything is because of suit up. We have lots of health regeneration. We don't have to worry about our health. This will hurt us later on though, because we are not used to looking at our health. This is the monster zoo. Okay, so there's a couple things to do in a monster zoo. You can just run haphazardly in and attack absolutely everything. Which in this case might not be the worst decision. Mostly because, well, what are the enemies going to do to us? But sometimes there's ranged enemies, like there. That's a ranged enemy up there. You don't always want to be right near the enemies, but yeah, we're gonna take rocket jump here because well, I'll show you. We hurt ourselves because what you do is you detonate an explosion beneath your feet as you jump through the air and thrust. Surprise your enemies, especially if you jump on their heads. But so it's pretty much just a useful ability if you need to get out or get on somewhere. We can go back and pick up that item if we so choose. I'm not going to go right away because, well, frankly, we don't need to. Because we're going to go back for those anvil of Croms eventually anyway. And it's not an enemy item we're going to use. So I'm just waiting here because if you wait, you'll restore health. And another thing you can do is you can kind of back yourself into a corner so that only so many enemies can attack you at once. However, here there's no ranged enemies we're worried about. So I'm just going to kind of let them walk up in. Oops, toxic bulb there. So yeah, those enemies weren't interested in moving up on us, so we just used our abilities and moved up on them. Or rather, use our abilities on them. So our health, it's just, if you heard in the background said your health is low, it will say that when your health gets about half. And then later on when your health is actually really low, it will say it every time you get hit. That's just kind of a warning, but it's a good warning as well. Get that mummy. So you killed that mummy in one hit. Here now we're not as worried because there's only so many enemies left in the zoo. But anyway, see, if we stand here, well, enemies can only attack us from 2 directions. So now we get both berserker raid bonuses and offensive maneuvering bonuses, which is quite useful. We're gonna power up again. Oops. Oop. That was the end of the world, but and yeah, that's why I like having that rocket punch. If an enemy doesn't attack you, you can just use the rocket punch to hit it. And we're counting. Okay, see, this enemy has given us darkened vision. It has reduced our ability to see. It's not usually that big of a thing. However, you can get it so your trap site radius is so reduced that you can't even see traps if you're right beside them. never really seen it be crippling, because what you can late game the traps do a lot of damage, but we can do is just wait out the effect. Looks like we probably got a pretty good item here, actually. Holy shit! I don't know if I've ever got that good item. Oh, yeah, look at these, some of these minuses though. Oh, in my next for a second. Yeah, Scaly Halberd of the fish. This is actually Scaly Halberd and of the fish is the ability. But that's a pretty good ability. The things we're looking for is 6 absorption. Yeah, it's some pretty good stuff. So what we're gonna do is now we have a Scaly Halberd of the fish. Skilled armor. Yeah, it's a pretty good item. But we're gonna. Oh, do you? I think. Oh, you actually have to search that in mind. What I was gonna do is just gonna compare it to the soup type plates, but you actually can't because it's a not a recipe you get default. You have to find it, but instead we will just compare it with the steel suit of armor, which we should have some here. So it's 5, 12, 10. So yeah, so this isn't 12 10s, and then the other one's like 15, 12 or something. So but it's very good for starting out. We can get our iron belt, our pants, everything started out perfect. No, I'm really happy with that. I'm very impressed. And with the conclusion of that monster zoo realization we are still not wearing shoes, we will head out for another episode of Dungeon of Dredmor. Thank you for coming out.